ready? Y'all ready? Yep. This meeting is called to order. It is now 7 o'clock on November 6th, 2023. I'll ask Councilman Hutto to give our opening prayer.
Let us pray. Our Father and our God, one who woke us up this morning and started us on our way. We ask you to continue blessings on us as we assemble out here in this meeting this evening. We ask that you be in our midst, be in our hearts, and be in our minds, and guide our tongues that we may say and do those things which are pleasing in your sight. Help us to do those things which are necessary for the citizens of this town. Help us to do those things which are also pleasing to our Father in heaven. And when we have done what we have come here to do this evening, we ask that you give us safe passage back to our homes. These are all the blessings we ask in the Son Jesus' name. We pray. Amen. Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Council, you have tonight's agenda. Are there any changes that need to be made at this time?
Mayor, I have one correction for the agenda.
Sure.
Under the approval of minutes, those should say October 3rd and October 19th instead of the September dates that's on there.
Is that the only change need to be made at this time?
Yes, sir.
October 3rd and October
19th.
October 3rd and 19th. Any other changes? Here now, I need a motion to approve the meeting minutes for this evening with the changes of changing September 5th, 2023 to October 3rd and changing September 21st, 2023 to October 19th.
Motion.
Got a motion?
Second.
Second. Any further discussion? Hearing all in favor, raise your right hand. Next on the agenda is the public hearing zoning for tax map number 031 0000020 to general residential restricted GRR.
Mayor, before you do that, did you want to actually adopt or approve the minutes?
I jumped. I took too much off. The motion that we just did was adoption of the agenda. Yeah, I did jump that, didn't I?
Yep.
So I did the meeting, so we did the agenda. So with the changes, so with that change in the adoption of the agenda, I need a motion now to approve the meeting minutes now for the October 3rd and October 19th special council meeting.
Motion.
Got a motion? Second. Any further discussion? Being all in favor, raise your right hand. Unanimous. Now, we're at item number 5. I checked me off that last time. Public hearing for zoning of tax map number 031 0000020 to general residential restricted GRR. We'll open the floor now for public hearing. Any information, anyone like come forward and speak regarding this change for this property?
Where is this property located?
This is across from Titan Stainless.
Okay, all right, that's what I thought. I
Yep.
was just checking to make sure.
What happened?
You were moving and so was I.
Oh, okay, sorry. I'll give a few more, about 30 more seconds, and then we'll move on.
Was there a motion to open?
Mayor, did you do a motion to open?
You're right. Need a motion to open the public hearing for the zoning change. Got a motion?
Second.
Second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, in favor, raise your right hand. Left off that piece. So now we open the floor for public hearing.
I think my pregnancy range rubbing off on you.
Okay, so. I gotta go ahead and check my stuff, so I got, kinda got me. It happens. I'll make one final call for public comment, or public hearing of the zones for tax map number mentioned. This time we'll close the public hearing, need a motion to close the public hearing for the zoning change for tax map number 031 000 020. And motion to close the public hearing for this item.
Motion.
Got a motion?
Second.
All in favor, raise your right hand. All right. Question from our attorney. With the two coming up, 6 and 7, those being withdrawn as per the requester, still open the floor for public comment for those, even though those have been withdrawn from the agenda.
If it is not council's will to proceed on those based on the withdrawal, that would negate the need for a public hearing if there's going to be no further action on the request due to its withdrawal.
Gotcha. And that would be the intent, so.
Of course, with that said, if somebody came along, this would effectively resolve the issue of the rezoning or the annexation and the rezoning of that piece of property. And if a subsequent request was made, it would be starting from scratch.
Gotcha.
Yes,
Gotcha.
because of its withdrawal.
So the proper action we should take is to table this?
That's up for the will of the body.
Gotcha.
So just a little information for your information. The guy who was asking to have the property annexed and rezoned, the owners of the property had an offer that was better than what he was wanting to pay him, and they've come back and said, hey, these people are planning on paying us more, and so he's no longer interested in buying the property because of the cost changes.
Gotcha. That's the reason why they're doing a withdrawal.
Yep.
So it may come back again.
It could, but it would be under a different name.
You can always readdress it later on.
So it'd be under different ownership at the time, or we don't know what the intent of that new owner would be. So,
Even if that person was to back out and this person come in, the process could start all over again. That's not necessarily a problem.
So the will of council to table both of these items and have them start over?
If that's it, if that's the proper wording.
And I'll defer that back to our attorney. Got the proper-
Tabling is more appropriate if it's something that's going to be brought back. If this is to end it at the request of the original applicant, it wouldn't be a motion to table. It would be a motion to actually strike this request.
Okay, that's what we'll call it.
And I think you'll need two, since we got two public
Yes.
hearings. Yeah.
Yes.
Basically what he's asking.
Yeah. With item number 6, which is the public hearing for annexation of 37 acres, need a motion to strike, make sure I got this right, strike this from consideration from the town. Okay. So item number 6 need a motion to strike the public hearing and the annexation for the 0.7 acres, which was withdrawn by the requester. So I need a motion to strike this for consideration. Got a motion? Second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, favor raise your right hand. Unanimous. Same thing to number 7, public hearing, rezoning of the same piece of property. Need a motion from council to strike it from consideration, which was withdrawn by the requester. Got a motion? Second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, favor raise your right hands. And next on to persons appearing before council. Who we have signed up this time?
No one's signed up at the moment.
Council, do we have anybody like to come forward? Anyone? We'll move on to old business. Old business ordinance 489, water rate change, second reading. Mr. Sly.
All right, the ordinance reads the same as it did last time, that page. And the rates have gone up 40%. It'll be effective on the bills that'll be mailed on November the 30th, 2023. We have worked with newspapers on trying to get some of that information out, make sure people were able to get the information, and we'll still continue the campaign, some, even Facebook and that type of thing.
And again, Shane, if you don't mind, give us a little background on this.
Chesterfield County Rural Water is raising the rates by 40%, and we're passing that same rate increase along to our customers. We will not be profiting any additional off of this. This is going straight to our vendor for water.
And what was their original rate increase?
The original, you talking about a year ago?
Yes, sir.
A year ago, they went up by the same percent. It ended up being, this one here is 4 cents more than what they requested a year ago. And we have worked over pretty much a year now trying to come up with a better rate. And they did come back at another time and tried to increase the rate much higher than that. And we've
What kind of percentage was that, Shane, if you don't mind me asking?
that the next percentage was, it effectively tripled the cost that the town was gonna, town's current, or was buying water from.
Triple, I hear you say triple.
Triple, yes. So through some work of our attorneys, and we have, in review of our contract, this is where we're at this moment.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Like I said before, and I'm gonna say it again, if we can do something, fly a letter or something to enlighten the public, inform the public as to what is transpiring here, I think people respond better when they understand what's going on.
Right.
Rather than just get a water bill and here we go, we got 40% increase. And goes, you'd be surprised to know how many people don't even take a newspaper.
Right. Well, that's why we've done it through several channels. It's on the water bill this month. If you haven't noticed, it's at the bottom of your water bill this month. It did go through both the Link and the Progressive Journal, and we will also be putting out some additional information on our Facebook page and probably on the town website as well.
And if I can address, just for the benefit of the public that is present, the public that is listening on Facebook, and just a refresher for everyone involved with council, Pageland ceased to produce its own supply of water many years ago. I'm not sure that anyone was on this council other than Mr. Baker at the time. Mr. Hancock, I'm not sure. I don't think you were on council at that time. And so Pageland closed its water plant operation after a referendum of the citizens of the town of Pageland indicated that was their willingness. That put the town in the position to transition to being a customer of Chesterfield County Rural Water. Chesterfield County Rural Water has this area of the county. The town of Pageland does not have the ability to purchase water from any other source. They hold an exclusive right to this service area. Chesterfield County Rural Water is in turn a middleman of water. They do not produce water, they do not treat water. They purchase water from Alligator Rural Water Company, which is of course based in McBee. And so the town of Pageland is purchasing its water from a middleman. When Alligator raises its rates to Chesterfield County Rural Water, Chesterfield County Rural Water has to in turn raise its rates to its customers, and that is where we find ourselves today. The increase in costs starts with Alligator Rural Water and then is getting pushed downhill, if you will, to the customers of Alligator, which in turn is Chesterfield County Rural Water, which in turn gets pushed to the customers of Chesterfield County Rural Water, one of which is the town of Pageland.
In other words, it's nothing but a hand-down situation.
This rate increase is something that is wholly and completely outside of the control of this body. And this rate increase is something that we will face in the future again.
This is not a one and done.
This is not a one and done. The contract that the town of Pageland has with Chesterfield County Rural Water, which is the standard contract that municipalities use under the USDA financing model, which is what Chesterfield County Rural Water and the town of Pageland utilize for all of its water and sewer financing, allows for annual rate adjustments. The town of Pageland is exceptionally fortunate that we went an extremely long number of years with no rate increase. Those days are over, ladies and gentlemen.
But we was able to control it back then till it got to where we couldn't supply the needs like we should have, so we had to go for help. And so, the guy down there down here, Allegheny, whatever, the water supply, I mean, I know he came to the numbers meeting trying to get us to switch over, but we never did want to do that until we just got to the point that we had to do something because we couldn't supply it. We didn't have enough.
I think part of it was DHEC too. DHEC had something to do with that as well.
Yeah.
At the time.
Mhm. And so it just got to a point that it just, I hate to see it go up, and I hate to see the rates fall on customers and people on fixed income, but what do we do?
And I would also remind everyone that our water system, our sewer system, and so therefore our water and sewer budget together, we have debt associated with that system. In order for council to enlarge the sewer system, we had to borrow money from the federal government through USDA. So we got a loan grant package. So the water and sewer fund cannot operate at a deficit. It must operate at a break-even point plus whatever amount the federal government through USDA has designated as necessary for contingency in order to cover our bonded indebtedness. So this is not a situation where you can move money around from the general fund or anything to cover shortfalls. If the price to purchase water increases, the price to sell water must increase.
Well, see, outside, public looking in, it look like we don't sit up and here to do nothing but raise on us and stuff like that. They really know what's going on and what we have to do and what we're doing, then they would understand a lot. But it's just not us can raise the water bill, sewer bill, stuff like that. It's passed on to us, but we have to do what we gotta do.
Thank you, Adam. That was really informative. We'll go past history there, just led us to where we are today. A lot of people tend to forget.
Any other questions, comments? Hearing none, need a motion to approve second reading of ordinance 489 for the water rate change.
Motion.
Got a motion?
Second.
Second, any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, raise your right hand. Unanimous. Next on the agenda is second reading of ordinance 49, permanent zoning of tax map number 031 000 to general residential restricted GRR. Mr. Snyder.
So this is the same thing we had a public hearing on just a little while ago. This property was annexed back in April, I think, somewhere around through there, and it had a temporary zoning at the time. We need to solidify the permanent zoning of this property.
Okay. Any questions, comments from council? Hearing none, is a motion to approve second reading of ordinance 49.
Motion.
Got a motion? Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, raise your right hand. Unanimous. Next on the agenda, second reading of ordinance 493, grant a variance of sidewalks in the Lane Farm subdivision. Mr. Sly.
All right, you'll see a copy that was left up on your desk that has some red writing in it. And I'll move on. Of this ordinance, Mr. Monday sent us a letter here from NVR this morning saying that they would, agreeing to pay this money. And I sent this to Adam, and he asked me to send this to Sarah Sproul as well to look over. And she added some language to the ordinance here, and that's what's outlined in red. It's just a single sentence that she asked me to include. And that sentence states, this payment relates to sidewalk requirements only and shall not be deemed as unsatisfactory or in substitute for any applicable impact fees.
Any questions, comments from council?
I know we discussed this last time, and just want to make sure I would much rather see these people get sidewalks in their neighborhood. There's just really nowhere to put those sidewalks.
Now,
Yes, sir.
Sure.
I appreciate that, and as we discussed last time, we looked at that really from every angle on these ditch section roads, and there's really just no way to do that. The ditch sections themselves are 18 feet wide, and that's what really was pushing out from the road itself. That's what's pushing the sidewalk so close to those homes. So where we have the townhomes or curb roads, we're not asking for the fee in lieu. It's just associated with the spec that came after the ditch road engineering occurred.
And how many homes are you thinking that will not have sidewalks?
It's approximately 500, I believe. So that's 200 with about more or less, round numbers. 668 homes overall, so approximately.
And the requirement for that is sidewalk, currently is a sidewalk on at least one side of the street, not on both.
Right. And what I was, just to refresh, everybody saw this exhibit last time, and so this is the road width, this is the ditch section, the right-of-way line, as you see here, and the prescribed sidewalk area is within a 10-foot easement outside of the right-of-way. So there's 2 feet for utilities and 5 feet for sidewalk and then 3 feet for utilities. But on the edge of this sidewalk, as depicted here, and as we discussed, you're literally 8 feet from the front door. That's about as close as I am to you all, which is a safety concern again. And it's just gonna be a problem, we feel, for the owners. They're gonna complain to us and they're complaining to the town. But we've looked at alternatives, and that's why, again, it's not so much something we're trying to get away from, because we're trying to ride around and just providing those funds to the town to improve sidewalks and so forth across town. It's not a cost-saving measure. We hope the town can benefit from that. So again, we estimate it's approximately $350,000 to the town fee in lieu overall.
And there's a park area in there included already, right?
Well, there are amenity areas throughout the site. That's true. There's a creek area down the middle, there's various amenity sites located. There's a central amenity plan and also satellite amenities around the community. It's not a public park included in it. The public park component, the funds that would be utilized as fee and lieu would be available for, public parks.
Yes, sir, I understand that.
Yeah.
And for clarity, that's, what's on the other side of the road?
The other side of the road is just a mirror image of the same thing.
Same thing.
So this is just an exhibit. So on the other side of the road, you once again have an 18-foot ditch section, then the right of way, then the utility, easement, if you will. The sidewalk is within that. So while the sidewalks were just being called for one side of the street, on the other side of the street, you have the exact same thing. And the layout's the exact same. So if it were a situation where the other side of the street worked, yeah, we would definitely do that. But it's just the same. It's just a mirror image on the other side of the street.
Okay.
And no way to pull that sidewalk closer to the road there, right?
The sidewalk close to the road, that's correct. The spec is to have the sidewalk located within the utilities, not close to the road and not in the ditch section. Because the road starts to roll into the ditch section, then rolls out of the ditch section. So.
Any questions? Yes, sir. Thanks, sir.
Thank you. Thank you for questions.
All right, with that being said, unless there's no other questions, need a motion, motion for ordinance 493.
As amended by the attorney?
Yes, I'll get to that.
Yep, okay.
Need a motion to approve ordinance 493, grant a variance for sidewalks in the Laney Farm subdivisions. This is second reading, but the second reading has the amended language that's highlighted in red that's provided by our attorney.
You waiting for a moment?
Yeah.
Nobody was saying anything, I was just making sure that you said
Sometimes
that.
it's quiet like that. Everybody's still taking it all in.
Taking it all.
But yes, I need a motion for ordinance
Motion.
493. Got a motion and a second. Any further discussion?
I just want to point out that there's a line in here that says the planning commission did review it and agreed to this
Yes.
as well.
Yes,
So,
yes.
just wanted to point that out.
Simple. So I got a motion from Mr. Hutto, second from Mr. Baker. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, raise your right hand. Unanimous. Next, under new business, Taste of Pageland, Mr. Slide.
So, Miss Patty Pig, called me and requested that the, Taste of Pageland, asking if they can, put the community center down as a alternate location in case of rain, and they're asking also to waive the fee for the Taste of, for the community center for the Taste as well.
And what day is this?
It's gonna be April 27th, is that right? Sound right?
Saturday in April.
Last Saturday. April 27th. Yeah, I don't have a problem with it. But I won't even. You can get it. Any questions, comments based on this request from the garden club?
I always try to work with the garden club and this work again.
Yes, I do.
Long standing, we've done that for years.
And then Ms. Mangum said she will not be voting on this since she is a part of the garden club, so. So any questions? regarding this request? Okay. With that being said, I will need a motion from council to approve the request made by the garden club regarding the Taste of Hazen to allow them to list the community center as a backup location in the event of rain, and it be, allow them to use it at no cost.
Is the primary location already? Where's the primary location?
Same place, Alex?
Mike Flowers.
Oh, Mike Flowers, okay.
They have requested to have the taste this time,
Okay.
2024.
Okay. So I got a motion.
Jason's ready to go.
So I got a motion. Cause I called one, so. Got a motion? Second. Any further discussion? Hearing all in favor, raise your right hand. That's unanimous. Next on the agenda is the holiday schedule for 2024, Mr. Slide.
This is the 2024 holiday schedule. You should have a copy of it in your packet. It is the same as what we've been doing, the same holidays that we've been given. One of the questions that I've had some discussions with is most municipalities and county governments give 3 days at Christmas and ask the possibility that council give 3 days at Christmas instead of 2.
But you want Christmas Eve?
Typically, most places do Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, and the day after Christmas. I think the state does the same.
What's that?
I think the state does the same as well.
I think it is. I think I remember that being the case.
I have no issues in it. We're trying to retain all the good employees that we have. It's just one more thing that'll help retain them.
That's right.
And that'll be effective next year, not this year, unless y'all tell me to do this year as well.
I thought we've already approved the
Yes.
So the council fine would allow for adding Thursday, December 26th as an additional day for Christmas. Before we take a vote on it.
23rd.
So it'd be the Christmas 24th, 25th, and 26th. Yes, sir. Yeah. Okay. So there's no other questions regarding this. Need a motion to approve the 2024 holiday schedule with the additional day after Christmas, which is Thursday, December 26th, 2024. Got a motion?
Second.
Second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, in favor, raise your right hand. Unanimous. Next on the agenda is debt write-off. Mr. Slide.
All right, we do this every year. This here's the debt write-off for 2021. Just need council's approval. The debt write-off amount is $6,778.36.
What kind of debt does this represent?
Water and sewer bills that weren't paid, haven't been paid, and we haven't been able to collect the money through, what's that other program called? I don't remember. Yeah,
Most of these people have moved away.
yes.
Or in hiding.
Moved away, hiding, or passed away.
Cut the water off.
It could also be they passed away.
Yeah. And you'll continue to try to collect these.
Right.
That's what we're all trying to do.
Yeah, if they were to come up 6 months from now, we'll have water turned on at a separate location.
They would have to pay their bill, their outstanding bill first. And also, this is sent to the state of South Carolina, so if they happen to go to work somewhere else in South Carolina and they have a South Carolina tax refund, they'll intercept that on our behalf and send it to us.
Even better. Okay. Any other questions regarding the bad debt write-off?
Just about average change for,
Yeah, I think it is. According to what I can remember from last year, this is about the same amount.
With no other questions, is a motion to approve the bad debt write-off of $6,778.36.
So moved.
Got a motion?
Second.
Got a second. Any further discussion? You know, in favor, raise your right hand. It's unanimous. Next on the agenda is ordinance 494, budget amendment. This is first reading. Mr. Sly.
All right, earlier in the year, we done a few things on, our council approved some things for us to purchase, and I told you I would get you a budget amendment. The first one, vehicle equipment, this is where we had repairs done to the garbage truck this year, in the amount of $31,000. And then professional services, without going into too much detail, this is the attorneys.
Gotcha. This is catching up everything that we've already approved. This is just the journal entries to take care of that.
That's correct.
Any questions, comments from council? And of course, this is first reading. There are no questions, get a motion to approve ordinance 494, which is the budget amendment.
Motion.
Got a motion, a second, any further discussion? Hearing all in favor, raise your right hand. Unanimous. Next on the agenda is the administrator's report, Mr. Sly.
All right, financial statement has been provided. There should be a copy of the final report up here as well if you'd like to look at it. The water tower on Torrey Road is underway and expected to be finished in the spring. I don't know if any of you's been by there lately, but it's starting to go up. Wesley found an overcharge from the electric company at the wastewater treatment plant for a service that had been discontinued since the plant went operational. We'll be getting a credit on our utility bill at the wastewater treatment plant in the amount of $5,800. The budget was not presented tonight, as all of you know, because we have been waiting on the tax digest. Tax digest got here late last week to even know what kind of revenues we're looking at. So we'll be finalizing that budget and probably calling you in for a special meeting here in a week or so. So you be expecting that pretty soon. You should have a copy of the letter from SCDOT. Uten Road over Brown Creek will be under construction as of November the 20th. We have some openings on some of the committees that need to be filled. We have a spot on the Planning Commission and 3 on the Board of Zoning Appeals. Next regular meeting, I'm trying to get this information out to you guys and see if y'all can find some folks to fill those spots. Because especially these two committees are highly important to the town whenever we're making decisions and doing things. So we need to try to fill those. Also begin thinking about your appointments for next year on boards. There's a good many of them that will be expiring the end of the year. And the fire department was able to replace tires on engine 2 at a cost of $4,700. We used some contingency money that we had on hand to take care of that. Some upcoming events. Friday, we will have the Veterans Day program at 10 a.m. at the community center. Please come. If you know a veteran, call us, invite them. We'd love to have them. We'll feed the veterans and their family or their spouses afterwards. So we'll have that ceremony there at 10 a.m. at the community center on Friday morning. Movies in the Park will be on November the 18th at 6 p.m. at Moore Park. And the Christmas parade and tree lighting will be on December the 9th at 6 p.m. So we'll have the parade at 6 p.m. It'll be a parade of lights. Then after that, I'm going to Moore Park for the tree lighting.
What was that date?
December the 9th. And that is all that I have.
And the Veterans Day event at the community center, the meal will be at the community center?
Yes, sir.
Afterwards, is that right?
Yes, sir.
And what time will the meal be?
Directly after, which will probably be about 11 o'clock.
I will say at the Halloween thing, we gave out like 500 plus comic books and Pokemon cards. So there was a lot of kids that came through there.
Yes.
Lots.
We ran out of candy. You see how much candy was here. So, that was a good turnout. of people at that event for the spectacular. That was a really good turnout.
And we appreciate the businesses that participated
Yep.
too.
Yes.
Well, it was the largest I can witness.
No, that's what I remember. That was lunch.
And the good thing about giving out comic books, they didn't come back through. Like some people do, I mean, it's okay if that happens, but we didn't have a lot of repeats. because of that.
Thing with Veterans Day, the celebration in Milton, we got it on the Facebook page.
On the Facebook page? Yes, sir. I put the flyer out last week.
Okay,
Yes.
that's it, I'll keep it.
Okay.
Is there anything on the, sign pertaining to voting tomorrow?
Kelly, you got anything on the sign for voting tomorrow?
No, I'll get it on there before I leave.
We'll do it before she gets out of here. We'll get it on there.
We want to make sure you put some on our Facebook page too, about the precincts, which districts are voting. I think there's still some confusion with folks
I've had some
asking.
people ask,
Yeah,
Yeah.
do I need to come vote?
yeah, so, same thing, just make sure you tell them is District 3 is the only one that's voting this time?
No, it's 1, 2.
1, 2, excuse me, that's the only one that's has contested is
Right.
District 3, I'll rephrase that.
Don't explain too much, they all might stay home.
That's right. Okay.
Come vote.
That's right.
Come vote, that's
That's
right.
right.
Come out and vote.
District 1, 2, and 3 are the only ones that are open for this election. I had some folks asking about Wolf Pond, I don't know if there's anything they're gonna be voting on. I'm not aware of anything, you might wanna call. Any other questions for the administrator before we move on?
I will say I did ask somebody that was doing the, voting, and I think the only thing that people are voting on tomorrow is District 1, 2, and 3, and I don't think anybody else has, so.
There's no additional questions or anything like that?
No.
Most time they run those along with the state election.
Which will be next year.
Which will be next year.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that moves us on to item number 6, which is the adjournment. That includes all the items we have on our agenda for this evening. Need a motion to adjourn.
Motion.
Got a motion? Got all in favor, raise your right hand. That's it. Thank y'all. Thank you.